Good evening and welcome to University Challenge. And here's your host, Magnus Clark.
G'day to hardcore Australians, good evening to everyone else and welcome to University Challenge. It's incredibly exciting here in the studio as tonight is the final playoff for the B teams. I'll resist the temptation to do any more B jokes. After all, the ones I've done so far have been very badly bumbled. The winner of tonight's contest will meet Sydney, the A-team's winner, in the grand final next week. An absolute must for your diary, I'm sure you'll agree. So without further ado, let's meet tonight's teams, firstly from Flinders University.
I'm Alan Merritt, and I'm studying English, Philosophy and Cinema Studies.
The name's Reg. Dry Reg. I'm the captain of the team, and I study neurophysiology.
My name is Patricia O'Grady. I'm working in the area of Greek philosophy. And I would really like to thank the lovely family from Lake Wangari who have sent in some really quite unique suggestions for veggies and even better ones for grandsons.
I'm Andrew Elder. I'm doing politics and economics. I'm still eating those veggies.
And for the University of Adelaide...
My name's Andrew Southcott and I'm doing medicine.
Good evening, I'm Paul Black and I'm the team captain. And like Andrew, I'm also studying tax avoidance.
My name's Merja Petunin. I'm studying psychology and anthropology, specialising in deviance.
Hello, I'm Jeff Griffith, studying arts. And now for the man who doesn't need a G-string to turn a whiter shade of pale, Magnus Clark.
Right. Both teams, of course, are now within striking distance of our truly amazing trophy, and by now I'm sure each team has worked out just where they'd like to stick it on their campus. I'm sure you'll be ecstatic to know that there's every chance the rules will be back from the little old lady in Brisbane in time for us to find out exactly where we went wrong. But in the meantime, why don't we just get on with it? Here's wishing both teams good luck, and now the very first starter question. No conferring. Which painting did Leonardo da Vinci create for Ludovico Sforza?
Adelaide, Black.
The Mona Lisa.
Is incorrect, I'm afraid, 5-point penalty. For Ludovico Sforza, one appropriate we could say to its location, in the refectory of the monastery of Santa Maria della Grazia of Milan. No conferring.
Flinders, Williams.
The Last Supper.
The Last Supper is the correct answer. Bonus questions to Flinders. Who flew a light plane over northern Russia, evaded interception, and succeeded in buzzing the Kremlin before landing safely in Red Square?
Matthias Rust.
Is correct, Matthias Rust. So much for air defence systems. Secondly, who created a sensation when he stole an aeroplane and flew from Augsburg to Scotland in 1941, apparently in an attempt to negotiate a peace agreement with the British?
Rudolf Hess.
Rudolf Hess, yes, who died in August 1987. And thirdly, the first powered flight in Australia was made in 1910 by which person from Victoria? Your answer, please.
Darby Brothers.
No, it wasn't, I'm afraid. It was John Dugan. Never mind. Flinders on 20, Adelaide yet to score another starter. Who starred in the films Taxi Driver, The Mission, and The Deer...
Flinders, Elder.
Robert De Niro.
Is correct, well done. Bonus questions to Flinders. Which member of the English literati, the Bloomsbury Group, wrote the book A Room of One's Own? You may confer. Your answer, please, Flinders.
Virginia Woolf.
Is the correct answer. It was published in 1929. His first play was The Room in 1957, and his later works include The Dumbwaiter and The Caretaker. Who was he?
Harold Pinter.
Is correct. And thirdly, a writer and performer of radio and television scripts, he was the author of the play The Bed Sitting Room, written partly as a comic protest against Pinter and against Graham Greene's play The Living Room.
No idea.
It was Spike Milligan. Starter question, teams, no conferring. Tell me the difference between halogen and halophyte.
Adelaide, Southcott.
A halogen is an element such as chlorine and potassium, and a halophyte is something which is involved with salt. I believe it lives off salt.
It lives off salt? Yes, I think that's close enough. Halogen is an element or a gas, and a halophyte is a plant adapted to salty soils. Yes, well done. Start a question. Okay, bonus questions to Adelaide then. The Italians have it, and the I's have it. What is the meaning of these three Italian words beginning with I? First of all, imbroglio. Imbroglio.
Boiled?
No, I'm afraid not. It's a confused or confusing situation. Secondly, intaglio. Intaglio.
Under the clutches of?
No, I'm afraid not again. It's an incised design, etching and engraving, as opposed to relief, as in a cameo. And thirdly, intermezzo.
It's a short lyrical piece which is used in an opera, or it can be a piano piece, such as those written by Brahms, which were not programmatic. They were just. Do you want any more?
Yes, that's enough. Yes, yes. Precisely, I have this, a short piece of music for performance between acts of play or opera, but certainly you're close enough. Right, let's go to starter question with Flinders on 40 and Adelaide on 10. Starter question, no conferring. Can you give me one of the common onomatopoeic terms for the vigorous and resonating impact of metal on metal?
Flinders, Williams.
Clang.
Clang will take, yes. I would have taken ding, dong, clang, ting. I would not have accepted clunk because it doesn't resonate. Never mind, bonus questions to Flinders. Australians generally, the military and scientists, are all fond of using shortened versions of names. Some have become so common that the original is forgotten. Let's hope you haven't forgotten what the following stand for. TNT. You may confer.
Trinitrotoluene.
Is absolutely correct, well done. Secondly, DNA.
Deoxyribonucleic acid.
You're exactly right again. And thirdly, TB.
Sorry?
TB.
Tuberculosis.
Is more information, please.
The disease tuberculosis.
No, I'm afraid not. The answer there is that TB, strictly speaking, stands for tuberculosis bacillus. You didn't give me the second half. Never mind, let's go to another starter question with Flinders on 60, Adelaide on 10, but I'm sure Adelaide will come back very strongly in a moment. Starter question, no conferring. From the time that light was first thought to be a wave, it was thought to require a medium, the all...
Adelaide, Black.
The ether?
No, I'm afraid not. 5-point penalty to Adelaide. Full question to Flinders. It was thought to require a medium, the all-pervasive ether. The ether theory was finally disproved in 1881 by an interferometer experiment carried out by two American physicists. 10 points for either name. No conferring, Flinders. Now, I'm going to rule you out of time on that. It was Albert Michelson and Edward Morley. Right, let's try another starter question. The iris of the eye and the muscle action of the heart, blood vessels, glands, lungs, and other internal organs are regulated by a special set of neurons, which can be divided into the sympathetic and
Adelaide, Southcott.
And the parasympathetic supply.
Now, I'm going to stop you. 5 points penalty to Adelaide. Into the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. What is the collective name for this system? Flinders, can you take it? No conferring. Now, I'm going to rule you out of time there again. Autonomic nervous system was the answer that I had to have, I'm afraid. Starter question, no conferring. Let's see if we can get somewhere this time. Starter question. The language of love may be familiar to most of us, but what is meant by a romance language?
Flinders, Elder.
Either English, French, or Italian. Are they derived from Latin?
Yes, that is what we're looking for. Bonus questions to Flinders. You might spend half the night arguing over whether the plural of Governor-General attaches the S to the first or the second word of that title. These are slightly easier. What is the plural term for judge advocate? You may confer.
Judge advocates.
Is correct. And secondly, more than one notary public.
Notaries public.
Notaries public is correct again. And thirdly, the plural of brigadier general.
Brigadiers general.
No, I'm afraid not there. It was brigadier generals. Right, let's try